I said I was gonna do a video on like some of the oldest and first MMOs I played as a kid. And if you can't tell what this is Fantasy Star Universe, which this is technically the second Fantasy Star Online game to come out. It came out for PS2, Xbox 360, and PC. And on Xbox 360, there was a demo for this game that was you're able to play like a bit of the game online, and that's kind of how I got introduced to this game. There's a little bit more to that, but yeah, this was probably the first MMO game I ever played in my life, and I'll get more into that later. But for now, this is the character creator. Usually, Fantasy Star, there's at least the online series is usually 3 races. There's human, humans, which are just elves, magic humans. Sorry. And there's cast, but really they're androids. They're just called androids, but from this game onward, they were pretty much just called casts instead of androids. So, be that as that way. And then for this game, they introduced a new race, Beastmen, which in my opinion I think is pretty cool. But this was their first and last time in the series, if you don't count the portable series, which still is Universe. But yeah, This private server goes off the Japanese voices, but I love the English voices so much. And this will be my guy. And so, I did a prank for my friends, and I dressed up the best I could as Freddy Fazbear for them. So, we're just gonna keep Freddy Fazbear. But I deleted that character too to start this. So, if you guys are wondering why it gave me Freddy Fazbear, but yeah, this is the lobby. This is like literally like over here is my first eyesight of the game. There are just people sitting and talking all around here. It's cool. And those little like people walking and little people, it just is to make it look populated, which is kind of creepy, but it's a cool effect, I think. And it did not return to any of the games, I don't think. But yeah, this is very much like a new futuristic town. It's very cool. If you play like PSO1, this part right here is very much like inspired, kind of. It's like a new take on the like PSO. When you look out here in the skybox and whatnot, not really so much over here, but I'll take you to, I guess, all throughout the Celeste City, which is the colony, the Hunters Guild, or the Arcs, or in this case, the Guardians. This is where we're pretty much stationed in our headquarters. So, this is the first floor, and we'll just go. There's like elevators and stuff like that, or you can take the escalators in the stairway to the second floor, shopping mall A. So this is where all the shops are at that aren't player based. So each shop is different. So I'm pretty sure this is the general store items. Buy model maids, like healing items, revives, bolt traps, and everything else. So, very cool. Photon charges, which you use to like refill your weapons. So, all kinds of kitties. Like I said, everything was English on the like 360 version that I played. This is just the Japanese version because the Japanese had more stuff, to my knowledge. They're like PS2/PC ports had more stuff to it than the 360. But yeah, this is where you can get a bunch of weapons. There's a lot more than what there was. So this is where you're killing all like the swords. It's like great swords. So when you make two-handed swords, knuckles, photon knuckles, spears, twin sabers, twin daggers, solo sabers, solo daggers. The reason why they're solo is because you can wield another weapon in your left hand. So this is the rifles, shotguns, bows, twin pistols, solo pistols, solo machine guns, and these are called mags, but they do not act like mags in the other games. This is like a little mag buddy that shoots little blast once in a while. It's kind of whatever. These are magic rods and magic wands. So if you're familiar, these are rods and canes, pretty much. And these are mags, but they are able to cast spells on your left hand. So you get like a wand, this, or like a saber, and that. So you can get kind of creative with it. And also, so there are three. Well, there's a fourth brand, but it's more like in Misk. miscellaneous brand. But in this game, there are 3 main brands of weapons and armors and stuff like that. So this is GRM, and GRMs for the most part is pretty well balanced. Sort of like in the middle of balance. You have Tenora Works, which focuses more on attack rather than photon. Oh damn, I skipped that one. Alright. Rather than stats than photon power. And which photon power is like your mana for the weapon, if that makes sense. And then you have the Yome Corp, which are photon power. Like you can just spam your abilities with these weapons. So different type of play styles, very cool. And you know, it's not too complicated or too in depth. It just is what it is. And over here are your spells and tied weapons. So for like range stuff, it's like fire bullets, ice, lightning, ground, light, and dark. You can fuse your weapon with those. And these are like the spells, which is you have your basics, Foe, Raw Foe, Damn Foe, G Foe, Shifta, and Jalen. Shifta wasn't really ever a fire-based technique in the older games, but I remember it being. It was just the red one. But yeah, red jump, then Barda, Raparda, G-Barda, and then there's some extra spells. Just cool, there's more than this in the game. But it's just like the basic ones. And same thing with the guns. Rifles are single shot blasters that have a lot of range to them. You can scope in. I think you can scope in with all the guns, but I think you might. I don't remember. But if that is true, you can scope in with those. You have your shotguns, which shoots out 3 bullets. Get 3 different targets. Pretty good. They are pretty much the shots from the older games. And then you have your grenade launchers, which shoots a little like grenade AoE thing. Pretty alright, pretty cool, pretty fun. And then you have your laser cannons, which shoots a penetrating, so kind of like the launchers of the older games, pretty much. But really fun. And then twin pistols, which shoots 2 bullets at 1 target at a time. And of course your pistol and your bow or crossbow, which I don't remember what is the purpose of the crossbow. Yeah, the machine gun, which kind of sucks because the mech guns were so good, and the old in PSO1 and PSO2 in this game they kind of suck. They had a glitch back in the day, but I'm pretty sure it doesn't work. Where you can shoot like infinitely, and that was amazing. But nah, I don't think they have it anymore. But yeah, just shoots like a volley, like hold down the trigger, it just keeps shooting. Stuff like that. And this is for the melee weapons, so like tornado break, do like a link slash, or you do a circle, or you do like a helm splitter, does a lot of move, or does a lot of damage. I like that. Double sabers like Darth Maul. You got axes, double saber, double claw, double dagger, solo claw, whips, Heiken, I think those are called, or slicers. There, slicers. These are slicers. Really cool melee weapon, but it's like a combined melee weapon, range weapon. But yeah, it's kind of like what the weapons look like. And the funny part was, I thought this was just a social game. But my friend said like, damn dude, you can do missions and fight bosses and all this stuff with 6 players in your party. And I was like, what? There's more to this? And I thought it was very cool and awesome. And this, if you can tell, this is where you can change your armors, which I don't know if you can see like that green design on my shirt, but depending what element your armor is, it will change color. And I thought that was like the coolest thing as a kid. So I'm pretty sure this is, yeah, so you see where it says 0%, that's the element. So say So you see this purple line? So if there was fire enemies, the fire damage would not do too much to me because I has a 21% rate on that, or infusion. Same thing with this ice, ground, and mass is just neutral, so I take regular damage. And then these slots are pretty much slots of like PSO1, but except there's different. So head slots are usually mind, arm is accuracy and damage, body is defense, and extra is usually for SUV weapons or photon burst as stuff. So yeah, or some like stuff where like you constantly regenerate HP and stuff like that. So leave it to that. So very cool. The armors, and this is where you can buy your different slots. So this would be like HP Digger, I'm trying to remember, God Hand, God Arm, I can't remember a lot of like the other ones, like Dragon HP. So this would kind of be it, but they're like split up with like leg units, head units, chest units, extra units. So yeah, pretty cool. But to show it, what I was talking about earlier. So this is my armor that they gave me. I can remove it, and then now it disappeared on my shirt, and I thought that was just the coolest thing ever. This is where you can upgrade, and this room has ruined so many people's gear. So I don't know where the NPC be in there. Yeah, you see a green light. So you'll be able to upgrade your weapon. You see where it says 0 out of 10. So you'll be able to upgrade your weapon 10 times. But sometimes if you don't use the top line stuff, grinders, it would have a chance to fail. But the thing is, you would lose that chance. So even if it failed, it would say 1 or 0 out of 9 because I used that chance already. So a lot of gear got fucked up in here. So yeah, a lot of dreams are ruined in that very room. And this is the synthesize shop. So like blueprints or crafting. In your everyone gets a personal room, and in that room you have this little guy, this little mag guy, which you can feed, and he helps you. He helps you create stuff. You can craft weapons, armor, anything really. So very cool. This is what they look like, little guys or girls. It's funny because they transform into girls when you like fully level them up, and you can actually bring them along into missions, which I thought was really cool. But yeah, and this is the last shop on A, which this is room decorations. Which is a variety shop, but it is room decorations.
Oh,
like change the theme of it, like the walls. What the heck is this doing in here? GRM Express, Cherry Red Chair. You can pick all your room and by your homies. That's so cool. So fun. And this is the shopping mall B, which in the demo you couldn't go in here, which is funny, but not a lot of stuff happened in here when I have the real game. Maybe for like public events, like competitions, fashion things, but I always want to come in here. This place seems really fun. But not much happened here. I got to hang out with some people here, but that was pretty much it. Yeah, much more happened in this room for me. Back here is the new system and that the server put up called Gas. I don't know what it was before, I don't remember, too much. I think you're able to run specific missions in there. Back in the regular game, something I don't really remember. This is where you can change your character, how they look, like how tall. You can't change your race or your gender, I'm pretty sure, but you can change like how tall, their face, everything. And this is like the clothing store. So I'll go in here for a little bit, not too much. This is the guy section. Like here, it's cool because if you go to the actual like manufacturer of this clothing, you can actually get more colors, which I thought was pretty awesome. There's pretty good colors here though. Yeah, I actually do like the fashion of the Fantasy Star games. Not so much online too. Like it's cool and it's alright, but I felt like it was kinda not really my style. Even though they tried it was like they tried to do Bloom Burst, like a reimagined Blue Burst. But I kind of like Universe's laid-back style, like anime is style a little more. And this is like the classic. If you know, you know. Oh, this is goated. I love all the additional colors. I would get the humor setup. Yeah, I don't have much to say. A lot of shorts. And don't get it twisted, there's a lot more different clothing in this game. Whoa. And yeah, there's stuff for girls too. Check out. I guess we can check out the girl stuff. Yeah, I'll transform my guy into a girl. The girls actually do have a lot of cute tops and stuff like that. A lot of different styles. Yeah. The Huka Seal. Or, no, Huna Whirl, sorry. Phoneural, Phoneural, Remoral. Something else then. That's pretty cool. like I said, there's some more stuff, and sorry I was really talking. I was just kind of going through it. Not really much to say. And this is for the robots. And I'll go through here. There's so much stuff in here. There's not colors because the cast androids have their own color on their like armor and stuff like that. Right, like in this chess piece a lot back in the day. If I said that looks cool, like a cool combination. See legs. That's pretty cool. And the girls are pretty cool too. Sorry, I'm not really talking that much. Like I said, I don't think I really have too much to say. I do like some of the designs here. I like these arms a lot. I like these ones a lot too. Not really that one. These ones are alright. I really like them. This is dope. They're like one of my favorite ones. There's another one of my favorite ones. Oh my god. That actually looks pretty cool. Rockaseel. That legs look pretty cute. is that? And now let's go to the 4th floor, which is the space station. This place used to be popping all the time. Again, there's another player. Leave them alone. These are just little NPCs. They weren't here back in the 360 or in the demo. But this space station takes you to Param. One in the middle takes you to Moatu. And this one over here takes you to New Days. And then there's two over here which take you to space missions. This was like the first level 1 that you would do as a new player. I don't remember what this place is. I think they just give you directions. And this is another space hive mission area, which yeah, this place is pretty self-explanatory. I'll go to the Guardians HQ for like a little bit. Usually there's people talking and I don't know, but looks like there's only 2 players in here. Some of them are probably measured by. You can do missions from here. You can get information right here, and this is where you can change your class, which there's a ton of classes. Like I think you can see them. Yeah, types list. So Hunter, Ranger, Force are the ones you start off with, and then you can start bridging out into Fight Gunner, Gun Techer, War Techer, Fortifighter, Fortigunner, Fortitecher, Pro Trancer, Acro Fighter, Acro Techer, Fly Master, Gun Master, Master Force, and Acro Master. So that cool stuff. And then back there in the elevator, you could do more missions as well, as in special missions. So I think last I'll do a little bit of like the actual gameplay of the game, and then I think I will call it for now. Maybe I'll do another episode where I'm playing on one of my characters that I actually play on. So it'll just be like a sit back, hang out type of thing. But what the heck? There's people in this. I want to join so bad, but I don't want to like start a conversation with people during this and just get sidetracked. But yeah, this is the solo saber with the solo pistol, and pretty much you press square or X to kind of attack, but if you time it right, oops, damn, I suck at this. Oh, you get the idea. And then you have this one. You can kind of go through them, and then if you press triangle on your melee weapon, you can use your special art. And same thing with some of the other weapons. Stuff like that. And then you go through the dungeon and you fight enemies. And you can be in a party of 4 to 6, I believe. I mean, this game made it, so you can literally party up with a bunch of people. just picked up a new weapon. Oh my god. A twin knight. Isn't that pretty cool? And it's kind of cool that these will help me if I ever go to Param, which is like would be like the next level you would technically go to. I know there's like a new meta, so like how to level up, but back in the day it was just you start here, you go to Param, and Param's really good, and you wouldn't really mess with New Days because the missions were very long. Or at least the 2 missions they had were very long. But yeah, this was very much a part of my childhood. See, so you see how I'm doing 56 damage? Oh, I did 84 right there. Bye. That does a little bit more damage. I guess I just crit damage, apparently. I don't know. I think it does. But yeah, that's pretty much this game. So, thanks for watching. I might do another one again. But thank you for joining watching. I hope you enjoyed. See ya.